about the independence of judiciary. Right. I was with you for the judiciary part, and in judiciary, this I told you even earlier also that I was not able to take your classes for the 2 days for the last good 2 days. So I want to take the classes again. So now my topic is appointment of judges, and if you remember, I told you that appointment judges is according to the law, and your chief justice of India, you're the president of India, they are involved in the appointment of judges, but they cannot remove the judges. जजेस को रिमूव नहीं कर सकते हैं आप. जजेस अपॉइंट हो सकता है, जजेस रिमूव नहीं हो सकता है. और उसके लिए द प्रोसीजर्स इज वेरी वेरी टफ. Procedure is very tough, and impeachment is there. The point of impeachment is there. जैसे आप प्रेसिडेंट को निकालोगे ना impeachment के थ्रू, वैसे ही जजेस को निकाला जा सकता है impeachment के थ्रू. And today I will start with appointment judges. Let's start. The appointment of judges has never been a free from political controversy. Politics India के अंदर, if you say that in some part of India and some part of controversy is always involved. And in the appointment of judges, and the impeachment of judges, in the decision of judges. Let me tell you one thing. हम जितना भी ये कह लेना कि judges के decision bias नहीं होते हैं, but okay, I accept कि bias नहीं होते होंगे, पर उनके ऊपर pressure बहुत रहता है. They are human beings. They are not robots. They are human beings, right? So the person who is serving in any tenure of the political pressure is always there. So it's written over here only in your book also that the appointment of judges has never been free from political controversy. Right? It is part of the political process, and it makes a difference who serves the Supreme Court. Makes a difference who serves the Supreme Court. Supreme Court में जो judges होते हैं, they have their own say. Right. So an Indian Supreme Court is very powerful Supreme Court throughout the world, and the world knows that how much Indian Supreme Court is powerful. It makes a difference who serve in the Supreme Court and High Court. A difference is how the Constitution is interpreted. And the political philosophy of the judges, their views about the active and assertive judiciary or controlled and committed judiciary have an impact on the fate of the legislations enacted. So let me tell you one thing. If they are too much committed to their judicial system, there is problem, because political process is there, political pressure is there. If they are not committed too much on their judiciary and not committed to their decision, then there is also some problem. Council of Ministers, Governors, and Chief Ministers and Chief Justices of India, and influence of the process of judicial appointment. Let me tell you one thing. Underline this sentence, right? Chief Ministers, Chief Justice, Governors, Council of Ministers. When the Council of Ministers is there, the higher authority of ministers is also there. You know better who is the head of the Council of Ministers. Maybe cabinet rank, maybe state rank, whosoever. And the head of the these ministers are better. So all these people, they are involved in it. All influence the process of judicial appointment. As far as the appointment of the Chief Justice of India, CGI is concerned, over the years, a convention and developed whereby a senior most judges of Supreme Court was appointed as the Chief Justice of India. This convention was, however, broken twice in 1973. A. N. Ray. Now, A. N. Ray, Calcutta's West Bengal High Court Chief Justice, he was appointed Chief Justice of India. Right. A. N. Ray, under the direction of Mrs. Indira Gandhi, the Iron Lady of India, Mrs. Indira Gandhi. So, 1973, A. N. Ray was appointed as Chief Justice of India, superseding three senior judges. Superseding three senior judges. Again, who were these three senior judges? Justice M. H. Beg, who is these three senior judges, and Justice M.H. Beg was appointed. Justice H.R. Khanna and another one judge was there, and they three senior judges were superseded. The other judges of Supreme Court and the High Court were appointed by the President after consulting the Chief Justice of India. This is in fact meant that the final decision in matters appointment judges with the Council of Ministers. मेरी बात समझ में आ रही है आपको? हम चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ इंडिया कितना भी बायस ना हो, absolutely to the point, but still his judgment could be interpreted by the Council of Ministers. Council of Ministers, they play their own role. They play their own role in the appointment of judges. Right. So this matter came up before Supreme Court again and again, 1982 and 1998. The court felt that role of Chief Justice was purely consultative. Then it took the view the opinion of Chief Justice must be followed by the President. चीफ जस्टिस का जो अपॉइंटमेंट है प्रेसिडेंट उसको फॉलो करेगा. Right. Finally, the Supreme Court has come up with the novel procedure. It has suggested that Chief Justice should recommended name of persons to be appointed as a consultation with the four senior most judges of the court. So इस तरीके से Chief Justice जो है, you know, अपने they can recommend the person. They can recommend the person. He cannot give his final decision, recommend the person. It goes to the Council of Ministers with the discussion of senior ministers and Chief Justice of India. They play their role. इसका मतलब जानते हो क्या हो रहा है कि एक जज को अपॉइंट करने के लिए चीफ हमारे मिनिस्टर्स, चाहे वो अनपढ़ हो चाहे ना हो, चाहे कितने भी पढ़े लिखे हो ना हो, they play their role in appointment of judges. आप अपनी सजेस्ट एज अ जस्टिस चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ हाई कोर्ट, हाई कोर्ट और सुप्रीम कोर्ट चीफ जस्टिस, आप अपनी फाइनल से नहीं दे सकते. फाइनल से कौन देगा? काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स देंगे. तो वो अपना रोल प्ले करते हैं. राइट. डिसीजन में भी अपना कहीं ना कहीं रोल प्ले होता है. आई एम नॉट सेइंग बिल्कुल नहीं होता, और ऐसा भी नहीं कह रहा हूँ कि हर डिसीजन में काउंसिल मिनिस्टर्स का रोल होता है. बट इफ यू हैव सम सिंपल नॉलेज, सिंपल कॉमन सेंस, you will find that lot of judgment has controversial. Right. Then अब आप आइए रिमूवल ऑफ जजेस. देखो दोस्तों, एक बात बता दूं आपको, जजेस को रिमूव करना नेक्स्ट टू इम्पॉसिबल. आई एम नॉट सेइंग बिकॉज आई इम्पॉसिबल मींस आई एम पॉसिबल. करके देख लीजिए. आई लिखेंगे, फिर एम लिखेंगे, फिर पॉसिबल लिखेंगे. इम्पॉसिबल खुद कह रहा है कि मैं पॉसिबल हूं. तो बट यदि आप ऐसे पढ़ेंगे, एज अ वर्ड पढ़ेंगे, तो इट इज इम्पॉसिबल, नेक्स्ट टू इम्पॉसिबल. लेकिन बहुत कम हुआ है ऐसा अभी तक. Nobody was able, no one is able to remove a judge. Right. Removal judges क्या है? The removal of judges of the Supreme Court and High Court is also extremely difficult. Underline कर लीजिए, quoted. It's extremely difficult, means impossible. Something is extremely difficult, it means it's not possible. Very common sense. Right. A judge of the Supreme Court of High Court can be removed only the ground of proven misbehavior or incapacity. एक बात बताइए, एक जज कैसे जज बनेगा यदि वो इनकैपेबल है? तो भाई मेरे friends, he has lot of experience as a lawyer of Supreme Court or High Court. It means he has got the good experience. That's why he has been appointed as a Chief Justice or judges. Right. So the court or High Court can be removed only on the ground of proven misbehavior or incapacity. Misbehavior तो कर नहीं पाएगा, किससे misbehave करेगा? Very very possible नहीं है. He never misbehaves. A judge can never misbehave. He can be strict, a very disciplined person, but I have not heard that any judge misbehave with somebody. Right. A notion containing the charges against a judge must be approved by the special majority in both the houses of the parliament. Special majority, 2/3 majority of both the houses, Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha. दोनों हाउसेस में 2/3 मेजोरिटी चाहिए. पॉसिबल नहीं है. Some or somehow many parties are supposed not in favor or in favor, they be absentees हो जाते हैं. Right. So now do you remember that the special majority means we have studied in the chapter of elections? It's clear from the procedure that removal of judge is a very difficult procedure. बार बार वो बता रहा है आपको. It's a very difficult. Even your Rashtrapati, our president, cannot remove a judge. He cannot terminate. He's one of the. He is very powerful. Our Rashtrapati is very powerful, and he also cannot remove a judge. Right, and unless there is a general consensus among members of the parliament, जब तक जनरल कंसेंसस ना हो मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट में उसके अगेंस्ट यू कैन नॉट गो फॉर इम्पीचमेंट ऑल्सो. आप मोशन भी नहीं ला सकते हो. यू कैन नॉट गो फॉर द मोशन इवन कि हम इस जज को रिमूव करना चाहते हैं. Right. So it should also be noted that while in the making appointment, the executive plays a crucial role. Who is executive? Ministers. Here, let me tell you one thing. In democratic setup, non-permanent executives are more powerful than the permanent executive. Again, I'm saying non-permanent executive कौन है? आपके ministers. Permanent executive कौन है? आपके IAS officers. Many ministers, they are unpad, illiterate, previous also. I don't want to tell any name, but what their secretaries were, they were senior IAS officers. Right. So this is democratic setup. It should also be noted that while in making appointment, the executive plays a crucial role. The legislature has a power of removal. Means एक जज को रिमूव करने के का जो पावर है वो लेजिस्लेचर्स के पास है. Are you able to understand the irony of Indian democratic setup? This has ensured both balance of power and independence of judiciary. Here. Balance of power and independence of judiciary. So far, only one case of removal of a judge of the Supreme Court came up for consideration before the Parliament. In that case, now the motion of 2/3 majority, it did not have the support of the majority of total strength. एक जज का आया था, he was Parliament, he was the Chief Justice of I will give you his name was Mr. Ramaswamy. Chief Justice of Ramaswamy and Punjab or Haryana High Court के थे वो. Right. Supreme Court says that his whatever the action should be taken, but they were also unable to remove the judge. Let me we will go by one every point over here. So far, only one case of removal of a judge of Supreme Court came up for consideration before the Parliament. In that case, so the motion of 2/3 majority was not. They were not able to get up. So let's see this a small, very interesting story of unsuccessful attempt to remove a judge. फिर से बोल रहा हूं, unsuccessful attempt to remove a judge. मतलब attempt तो हुआ, right? एक सदन में पास भी हो गया 2/3 majority में, but next सदन, maybe Rajya Sabha, maybe Lok Sabha, it was stuck. Right. So in 1991, let's come to the point. क्या हुआ था? The first ever motion 1991 में हुआ था ये. First ever motion to remove a Supreme Court justice was signed by 108 members of parliament. 1991. India आजाद कब हुआ? 1947. When we were, sovereign, 1950. 1950 के बाद 1991 में one case was there to remove a judge, and that was also unsuccessful. 41 years के बाद एक appoint हुआ, and that was also unsuccessful. Now see how much tough it is to remove a judge. Okay, come to the point. Was signed by 108 members, sign हो गया. उसके बाद Justice Ramaswamy, during his tenure as the Chief Justice of Punjab and Haryana High Court, I told you just now, was accused of misappropriating funds. मतलब घपला किया था उसने, पैसे का घपला किया था. Very simple common sense में बता रहा हूँ. In 1992, a year after the Parliament started, the impeachment proceedings, impeachment हुआ था उसके against. Impeachment होना भी बहुत बड़ी बात है. Right? You cannot see how the tough procedure is there. Impeachment proceeding, a high-profile inquiry commission consisting of judges of Supreme Court. Judges of Supreme Court उसके लिए बैठे थे. Right? Found, उन्होंने पाया क्या? That justice थे वो Chief Justice of Haryana High Court, Punjab and Haryana High Court. Justice V. Ramaswamy, guilty of willful and gross misuse of office and funds, and moral turpitude by using public funds के साथ छेड़छाड़ की गई थी for private purpose. Private purpose अपने बैंक बैलेंस को बढ़ाने के लिए. आपको ये पता है, let me give you another incident. A judge, lady judge of Punjab and Haryana High Court, your ED, was there, and they found 90 lakh rupees cash in her residence, and she was not. Then also, she was not able. Nobody was able to remove her. She gave the resignation, but उसको हटाया नहीं जा सका. So, and moral turpitude by using public funds for the private purpose and reckless disregard of statutory rules while serving as Chief Justice of Punjab and Haryana. Despite this strong indictment, Ramaswamy survived the Parliament motion recommending removal. Survived. The motion recommending his removal got the required two-thirds majority among the members who were present and voting, but the Congress party abstained. पता लग गया अब आपको? कांग्रेस पार्टी ने वोट नहीं डाला, अपने आप को एब्सटेन कर लिया. फिर क्या हुआ? मोशन पास नहीं हुआ, वो बच गए. Maybe he resigned or not resigned, that is another issue. But we were unable to remove him from his job. जबकि सब प्रूव हो गया था कि the person misused the public funds. You got it? So now I want to say about check your progress. Think about yourself. What can you do or not? What you cannot do? Why is independence of judiciary important? अभी भी कह रहा हूँ कि important of judiciary is very important because in democracy you cannot survive if the judiciary is biased. Number one, do you think that executive should have the more power to appoint as judges? कि और आपको executive means legislatures को और power मिलना चाहिए appointment of judges के लिए? In individual, I think no, they should not have any power. If you were asked to make suggestion for changing the procedure of the appointment judges, what changes do you think and you can suggest? हिंदी में बोलूं एक बार तो इंडिपेंडेंट जुडिशरी क्यों इंपॉर्टेंट है, हम डिस्कस कर चुके हैं. इंडिपेंडेंस ऑफ जुडिशरी क्यों इंपॉर्टेंट है, नंबर वन. उसके बाद क्या आपको लगता है कि जुडिशरी के जजेस के अपॉइंटमेंट में लेजिस्लेचर्स का हाथ होना चाहिए और भी उनको पावर मिलना चाहिए? डू यू थिंक दैट एग्जीक्यूटिव शुड हैव द पावर टू अपॉइंट द जजेस? मच मोर पावर, आई मस्ट से। थर्ड पॉइंट, इफ आपको सजेशन कहा जाए कि आप सजेशन दो, तो क्या सजेशन दोगे इंडियन जुडिशरी को और पावरफुल करने के लिए और इफेक्टिव करने के लिए? आपके पास सजेशंस क्या है? ठीक है, तो चेक योर। Then we have got the structure of judiciary. Today I will give you much more homework because today you were in a you were not able to take get in the class due to some personal problems. Now, structure of the judiciary. सर रिवीजन करा दूं आपको एक बार फिर से? थोड़ा सा आप देख लीजिए। सबसे पहले स्ट्रक्चर का मैंने जब कह ही दिया है, तो सबसे पहले होता है सुप्रीम कोर्ट ऑफ इंडिया। Only one Supreme Court. अब कहीं एक बार क्वेश्चन आया था, how many Supreme Courts are there? Somebody said 28 Supreme Courts are in India. Don't make laughing stock yourself. नहीं, सुप्रीम कोर्ट एक ही होता है, हाई कोर्ट्स कई हो सकते हैं भैया। भारत की राजधानी एक ही है, स्टेट के कैपिटल्स कई हो सकते हैं। तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट इज वन. It was earlier in Kolkata, right? Then it was shifted towards New Delhi. Delhi नहीं, न्यू दिल्ली। एक बात याद है कि इंडिया की कैपिटल जो है न्यू दिल्ली है, दिल्ली नहीं है। कई लोगों को ये भी नहीं पता दिल्ली और न्यू दिल्ली में फर्क क्या है। So let me rebrush your gray matter, right? Then Supreme Court, then we have got the High Courts, right? Then we have the District Court, then we have got the Subordinate Court. Means lower court is the subordinate court. Then उसके बाद आप जाइए District Court में, then उसके बाद जाइए High Court में, then उसके बाद जाइए Supreme Court में। तो it was the thing. So मैं आपको कुछ और आज होमवर्क भी दूंगा, कुछ होमवर्क। So हमने यहाँ तक पढ़ा 129 structure of the structure of the judiciary. I gave you some points about it, how the structure of judiciary is there in India, how it works, right? I'm going to give you 3 pages, just 3 pages. सारे दिन के अंदर 3 pages पढ़ना है और समझना है, and I'm not going to touch these pages for you. You have to do yourself, right? Then page number is 130, 130, 131 and 132, right? 132 तक आपने पढ़ना है, right? उसके बाद मैं कल इस 132 को मैं फिर टच करूंगा, and little bit I will recapitulate with you कि आज मैंने क्या पढ़ाया। तो 32 तक आप पढ़ के आएंगे, जिसके हम अंदर करेंगे ओरिजिनल jurisdiction, writ jurisdiction and affiliate jurisdiction. इसको मैं I will give little bit lecture on it. What are these, right? So till then, I give you homework also, 3 pages. What I have done with you, you should revise all the things, and I give you 3 questions also. Right? Check yourself. Lot of work. Please be serious with you now. Be serious with you, I said. चार्जेस तो बाद में होंगी, अपने साथ सीरियस रहो, पहले अपने आप में सीरियस रहो, राइट? सो टेक केयर, हैव टेक योरसेल्फ, एंड थैंक यू एंड गुड डे।